do a couple of videos here showing how to install the Apex kits for the M&P 45. I've got the Apex Competition AEK kit and the AEK aluminum trigger. And first I'm going to start with remove the rear block here, and we're going to replace the Sear and the Sear spring. So just get your punch here, and you can. I'm not using punch block. If you get a punch block, that might be easier. I'm just a block of wood here to kind of support. Knock your pins out left to right. Now once you get your pin out, you just have to start working this rear block, and sometimes it helps just to pop it a little bit with a punch and just start wiggling it back and forth until it comes out. It's going to be tight the very first time you take this apart. This is the first time I've had this gun apart. If you just keep wiggling it back and forth until you get to clear. Take that out, and there's a bar here you can press out with your. So you get on here, you're going to press it out from right to left. This pin on the 40 and the 45, or on the 40 and the 9, is just one size. You can push it out left or right. This one you have to push it out from left to right because it's larger on one side. And watch your spring. And you got your little plug here that goes on top of your spring. Just pop your Sear spring out. And your old Sear, we'll set that off to the side. And you get your kit comes with 2 springs. There's a large and a small spring, and use whichever your gun is. This is on this particular one, it's a large spring. Actually, on all of them I've done on my 9 and 40, it's been a large spring. So just pop your actually, if you can put this, you put that little cap on the spring before you put it in. It's a little bit easier to get that. Try to put the cap in later once the spring's in. Let's put that down in our groove. Put our new Sear in, and just kind of hold that down with our finger, and put that pin back in, and we're all ready to go. Now I just need to put our rear block back in. And you have to do a little work to get this back in. It's not the easiest process, especially the first time. Okay, I can hit pause here for line this up so you get your trigger bar back in this little gap on the left side. Get this all lined up in the front, and then it'll push right down into place, kind of working it toward the back, and you're set. You just put your pin back in, and actually I'm just going to tap it in just a little to hold it in place, because I'm going to do the trigger in a little bit and the trigger spring, and this may have to come out as we might need to adjust this this top of the Sear, or sorry, top of the trigger bar where it engages the Sear. When I put the new AEK AEK trigger in, because it changes the position of the trigger. Sometimes you might have to bend that up so it'll engage the sear sooner. So I'm just going to tap this in just a little to hold the rear block in place in case we have to take it out to adjust that. Okay, so that's the basic steps. Next part, I'm going to move into putting the trigger spring in. So look for that video.